what's up, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be a little different from other videos that I usually do on my channel, but since it is now winter break for most people, or like it's starting to be winter break for most people, and since it's final season, I really thought that I should do this video. So this video is basically just going to be me talking about why school puts way too much pressure on kids and teens, and just how harmful and damaging it can be to kids and teenagers. Because honestly, this is like the first time in so long that I felt like I can actually breathe, because I'm now on my winter break. Just for a little background, I am filming this on Thursday, December 16th, and I took my last final exam yesterday on Wednesday, December 15th, and I'm in 9th grade, so I just completed my first semester of high school, my first semester of 9th grade, and I was online just because of COVID reasons. I've talked more about it in my other videos, but this semester was one of the hardest, like since August, since school started for me up till now. I feel like I've just been like inhaling and like getting tenser, and now like on winter break I'm just letting it all out. I've just had so much stress, and I just really wanted to talk about this because I feel like a lot of other people can relate. I'm also going to be including some kind of emotional clips of me just like kind of crying and being really upset about school and just like studying for finals and everything. And yeah, I don't want to talk anymore, or like I don't even know what I'm saying. I do want to talk more, but instead of talking about what I'm talking about right now, I want to talk about how much pressure school puts on kids and teenagers these days and just how harmful it can be. So let's get into the video. Before I like start talking about school, I just wanted to say, like, if you hear my family in the background of this video, or like you hear noises in the background of this video, it's 2021, it's almost 2022, the pandemic's still going on, everyone is home all the time, so I just wanted to give you a bit more background actually. So as I said, I was doing online this semester, and this was my first semester of high school, so it was like really stressful for me. It was a huge change. All I can say is if there is anyone watching this who is not yet in high school, who's still in middle school, please soak up every single minute of school before you go to high school. High school was such a rude awakening for me. I don't want to say I have like high functioning anxiety because I've never been diagnosed, but I feel like I have slight anxiety. I feel like I work myself up about a lot of stuff, and especially school. I've always had straight A's in school. I've always been such a perfectionist, and I am very worried about burnout. I say this a lot, and I know it might sound weird, but I always have wished that I just started it with B's, because it's not failing and it's not doing like extremely well. You're just kind of in the middle and you have room to grow. I've just always like pushed myself to the very top, and like it stresses me out so much, like just maintaining that. In your first year of high school, you usually take algebra, so I was taking algebra. I was also taking English 9 honors. I was also taking biology. It is so complex. Like, this is just what I mean, and I'm gonna get more into this, but I've talked about this with my mom before, and she looked at some of the stuff I was studying this semester, and she was like, I learned this in university. All this stuff that we're expected to learn. I've also heard that it used to be 80 and above was an A, and now it's 90 and above, and like now if you get an 80 nowadays, it's like almost a C, and I don't know why they put so much pressure on kids and teens, because like, let's be real, when you go into high school, or like even middle school can be really hard too. I remember thinking that middle school was so hard, and how is high school gonna be harder than this? Trust me, it's but I remember just thinking like, why? I'm only 11. Like, why am I like worrying that a number is going to define who I am? I can insert a lot of pictures of me just crying over test results, feeling like if I got one wrong, or feeling like if I missed something or didn't study something properly, feeling like if I got an 80% on something, I was a and I was gonna fail my finals. Anyway, I was also taking French 2 this semester. French 2 was one of my hardest classes. I ended up doing really well in it. Like, I've done well in all my classes. That's the thing that kind of always just kind of stresses me out. Like, I just have to keep doing well. It's like I don't want to let my grades like slip. Anyway, my two electives that I got to pick for like being online and everything were psychology, and psychology was such a fun class. Like, literally, even though it was so complex, it was really fun. I also wanted to say, and here is a huge warning, that if your school offers art history and you do not want to be an art historian or an artist or anything like that, do not take art history. Art history, it kind of ruined my mental state. It was one of my hardest classes. I mean, totally take it if you're interested in all that, but like, just beware that it is a very detailed, complex, and dense class, and you will cry multiple times. But this just like circles back to what I was talking about. I mean, I was online this whole semester. Like, I wasn't even in person, and I actually went in person the first couple days, and then I decided it wasn't really safe yet for me, like with COVID and everything. But I can't imagine, like, I'm going to have to do it eventually, but like maybe it's like the pandemic syndrome, like with everyone right now just being lazy and everything. But like right now I'm literally wearing a hoodie to film this video because I'm on winter break, and I like didn't feel like changing out of my hoodie. The second you go to in-person school, like especially high school, you go to school all day, and the average time you go to school is like around 8, and the average time you come home is around 3, so that's like around a 7 to 8 hour day, like plus sports and extracurriculars and everything like that, and then you come home with like mounds of homework. Like something that has never made sense to me is, why do schools assign so much homework if you're already in school doing all that classwork? Like I totally understand how homework can be beneficial, but I also don't get why someone would assign so much homework like just to keep students up all night. Like it's not healthy, and then they wonder like why you're so sleep deprived. Like every second of this semester, even though I was online, I was just spending my time on the computer doing my work, and it's like there's no time. Like they don't give kids the time to like, I feel like if they gave homework that was more like, okay, go home and study what we did in class, but not like assignment after assignment after assignment. I don't know, I just feel like the school system is very, very flawed, and I haven't done a ton of research into it, but like I just feel like it used to be better. I'll put some statistics here. Like I know for a fact that there's statistics out there that show there's more anxiety rates, there's more depression rates. Like when you graduate high school, you're still only like 18. Like I just feel like it's so young to put so much pressure on kids, especially going into high school. I mean, 12th grade is harder than 11th grade, it's harder than 10th grade, it's harder than 9th grade. It just keeps getting harder. There's no like real break. You just get a small break in between each semester, like a 3-week winter break, and then like 2 months off for the summer, and it just keeps going and going. It's like a continuously building momentum, and like there's no real break. Like it never just cools down for a little while, because even when you're on your winter break or your summer break, you're supposed to be taking like summer school classes to like fill credits, or like doing summer reading, which also I could go into a whole rant about this, but like summer is the one break. Why is there summer reading? Read for fun during the summer, especially during the pandemic, like especially what everyone's going through right now. I personally thought like over summer that they'd be like loosening up with the homework and like summer reading that they give, but they're not. And it's like, this is world history. This is a pandemic. Go easier on kids and teens. Like anxiety and depression rates are already rising because of the pandemic, and school's just adding extra stress and extra pressure. And I know that there's a lot of people who can agree with this, but like there's every lesson and then every unit, and like maybe it was just the online learning program that I was doing, but I feel like each lesson was enough to have like a final on. And then you have to worry like as you keep studying, how am I gonna remember all this for the final? I mean, I am so happy to be on winter break right now. I was relaxed for the first time ever, and I actually wanted to tell you something really, really funny. If you've watched me for a while, like you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I make a lot of period content, like period videos and all of that. And I just actually wanted to tell you guys that today is my first official day of winter break, and today is when I got my first like real period since August. And here is the little funny like story that I'm gonna tie in like between school and periods. It has been actually scientifically proven that severe stress, or like just any stress in general, can hold off a period, delay a period, make a period irregular. And I have had periods since August, but not like the true bloody period that I like used to get. And I just got my first like real period, a day that I could finally like relax and have no more stress. I wonder if there's anyone else who can relate, but I just think it's so funny that my like normal period stopped the second the semester started, and now that the semester is over, it's like all the stress just left my body, and like now my body is actually able to have a period. My mom is actually the one who like told me this, that it could be just because I was so stressed, and now I'm finally like relaxed, like my uterus can finally like actually unclench and like release my period. It shows the physical stress and like anxiety school can put on you. I mean, it affects more areas than just like your menstrual cycle. Like I was always hungry, I was always like craving carbs because like I was so stressed. I would like be up in the middle of the night, and I would be thinking about like what kind of questions they would quiz me on the final. I just wanted to say, like before the final, these past couple weeks, like you know those couple weeks before the final exams, like before your final exams, when you're like so close to a break. And I actually made up a funny metaphor for this. It's like when you're really, really thirsty, and like you know you're about to have a like nice, refreshing, cool glass of water, but like you're not there yet. You just have to keep pushing through until you get that glass of water, or like winter break in this metaphor. I will just insert some clips of me studying for finals, of my mental breakdowns before finals. These next few clips are kind of emotional and not really like anything else I really posted to YouTube before, so just watch these and see my mental breakdowns before my final exams. I'm taking my art history final tomorrow. It's so much. It's like I can't memorize all this. I've been studying all day, all week. I'm just gonna have to do my best because I just want output to be the same as the input. I put so much effort into this class, and after this I have 5 more finals. It's too much to expect. In 12 hours it'll be over. I'll know when I got 5 more finals. It is not normal for a 14-year-old to be counting down the days until I get 3 weeks of no studying and no school and no tests and multiple choice. It's Sunday night and I'm taking my French final on Tuesday, and I just want to do well because I just keep studying and studying, and they're gonna give me a hard question and I'll get it wrong and I won't get 100% on the final. because I won't know the answer to one question. I just want it to be winter break. I'm taking my last final tomorrow, my biology final, and I just don't understand it. And I keep going over the concept, and I get it, but it's like, this is my last final, and I just want to do well on it so that I'm happy for winter break. I'm just working myself to the bone. Thank God this is my last final. It's just too much information. It's all blurring together in my head. I just don't think it's normal. Like, you just watch those clips. I don't think it's normal for me, a 14-year-old, to be stressing about this kind of stuff. I just could go on about this topic forever. A perfect example, like multiple choice tests, multiple choice quizzes. You know that feeling when you select an answer, but then you think another answer is right, and then your original answer ended up being right, but you ended up changing your answer, and it's like, maybe it's just my weird mindset, like the way my mind works, but I always wish I could go back in time and like tell myself, because like even when I'm in the moment, I'm like, oh, if I get this question wrong, I'll wish I could go back and like change it. I just have so much stress and anxiety when it comes to school. I love to learn. I love learning new things. I actually even like being tested on things just to know like how much I know. But there's like that learning and like healthy testing, and then there's what the school system is like today. And honestly, in my opinion, feeling so incredibly relieved when exams are over and when I get like less than a month break, that is not normal for a 14-year-old. When you're like a teenager, you should just be happy like all the time. There shouldn't be a 3-week break when you're gonna be happy. Like when you're a kid, you should be happy all the time. You shouldn't be like scheduling your happiness and like your carefreeness around the school schedule. Maybe there's other people out there who can relate, or maybe I'm just like really weird and like really high strung and kind of insane about school and everything, but I feel like there are other people out there who can relate to this. It's just like there's never a break. Like I'm on my winter break right now, but I know that it's gonna just like fly by. I mean, everything flies by when like you're structuring it around school. I mean, I remember being in August and I was like, oh my god, these next few months are gonna fly by so fast, and it's like the constant hours studying and like taking notes and just writing, just all those tireless hours of studying and doing homework. Like I don't remember any of it. It's just like a complete blur. It's just so much to like compartmentalize. Like after I took one final exam, I like dumped all that out of my head to focus on my next final exam, and so on and so on. And I feel like it's made me not like school as much as I used to. And I know that's really sad, but it's like I feel like there's so many areas where schools could change the way that their systems are. I mean, they were starting to talk to us about college and university in grade 7 and grade 8. Like I don't think a 12-year-old should be thinking about university. There's just so many flaws with the current school system nowadays. There's so much else going on, and especially now in the world, as I was saying, like with the pandemic, you don't want to constantly be focused on grades and test scores and that little number on the screen, like that little letter. It doesn't define you. And of course, I believe that grades are so important in life, and like education is so important, and you should really try your best in school because it is actually a privilege to go to school. But at the same time, it's okay, and I need to keep telling myself this, but like it's okay to not do so well in like a class like once. Like schools make it seem like if you get like one bad grade, it'll just be on your transcript forever and you won't get into any university because of it. And it's just an unhealthy mindset, and I feel like schools just push so much unhealthy like behavior on kids and teens these days. I've ranted to my best friend about this like so many times on the phone. Why am I expected to learn all this? I'm in 9th grade. What are you learning? The Krebs cycle, the Calvin cycle, the light dependent reaction, and then I have like 500 pages of art history to do. I can't. Don't. I have to. Just don't. Just fail. I want to. In my personal opinion, you are only a child, or like you're only a teenager, or like you're an adult when you turn 18. And you don't want those 18 years to be like just completely consumed by stress. It's hard for me to say this because I don't follow this, but those times should be filled with not stress and like just happiness. Like the times I remember from this semester are not the tons of hours I spent studying, but like I remember the little moments like when I took a break to go for like a walk with my family or like bake something. Like you want to find an even balance. Like there's nothing that a lot of kids can really do about changing the school system, but you want to make sure that you can balance how stressful school is, but also make time for some happiness in your life, because you're only a kid for 18 years, and once you turn 18, you're gonna be like, why did I spend so much of my childhood stressing out about numbers on a screen? Anyway guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to say, if any of you guys out there have not finished all your final exams yet, or like you're on winter break, you already know your final exam results, please take some time off and just stop worrying about it. I mean, of course, if you're still taking final exams, try your best, but at the end of the day, all you can really do is your best. Whatever you do in the moment, that's your best. I mean, if you have really devoted as much as you can to school without sacrificing your mental health, then you are doing your best. And I just want to tell all of you guys out there watching this video, video that I am so proud of you, no matter what your grades are. And if you're on winter break right now, stop obsessing over your final exam results. Just go have fun, have a nice break. So yeah, before you leave, please like this video. And if you made it to the end of this video, comment down below school stress. And also, if you made it to the end of this video, comment down below what your winter break plans are. And also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel to get a ton more relatable teen videos. Early in the video, I said I did a ton of period related content, but I also do so many other like teen relatable videos. I will link some down below that I think you might like if you enjoyed this video. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it. I hope all of you guys have nice, fun, awesome, relaxing winter breaks, and I love you guys. Bye!